Starting recording now. Teaching hybrid language courses using a virtual audio mixer. Take it away, Hiroto.
Thank you. Thank you for your introduction. Let me share my screen. Might take some time. My computer works really slow. Okay, let me start. Okay. Hey, I'm Hiroto. I work for 5 different universities listed on the slide. My talk will be about how to use how to teach hybrid language courses in under-equipped university classrooms using a virtual audio mixer. Okay, here's why I decided to give a presentation on this topic. While courses were taught entirely online in academic year 2020 at most universities, more and more universities returned to in-person instruction in the current academic year. In my case, I taught in-person classes at 3 universities, hybrid ones at another, and fully remote ones at the other, which were not language courses, but linguistic and phonetic courses. Okay, I needed to teach hybrid classes on 2 occasions. In the first case, the university doesn't have enough classrooms when students are seated at every other desk. They had no choice but to divide students into 2 groups. That was a nightmare, and I could have taught those courses better entirely remotely. Also, at one of the universities where the courses were mainly taught on campus with occasional online courses, I happened to have a student whose family member tested positive for COVID-19. Her absence could have been excused, but she was because she was close contact. But she emailed me and told me that she wanted to take my class, which is a really rare case, as you can guess. I consulted with the course coordinator and had a temporal hybrid class, although the classroom was under-equipped and only had a monitor. However, that class was great. My students were excellent and cooperative. If you are a course coordinator, I'd like you to avoid hybrid classes. But in the latter case, hybrid classes work really well, although classrooms are usually under-equipped in the latter case. Okay, this is the outline of this talk. First of all, I'm going to describe possible styles of courses. Next, I'll show you how to have hybrid classes with a virtual audio mixer in an under-equipped classroom. After that, I will show you how you can use that audio mixer. Also, I will explain how you can teach hybrid courses better in terms of technology. I know I'm still young and not experienced teacher or not a native English speaker. Okay, the chart shows how traditional in-person classes are taught in a small classroom with audio devices. We assume a typical university class with microphones, speakers, and a projector or a screen. When we have a small number of students, we need to connect our computer to the projector with an HDMI cable. Suppose we want to have this class in a hybrid style. We need to use an online meeting system such as Zoom, the system we are using right now. The input sound is shown at the top. Okay, let me use the pointer. Okay. And the output at the bottom in the chart. Each type of sound is labeled with either hardware or virtual. In this case, lecturer's voice should be sent to students online with a built-in or external microphone connected to the computer. Concerning the audio signal from the students online, we don't have to do anything. As long as the laptop is appropriately connected to the audiovisual system in the classroom with an HDMI cable, we can hear the voice from the classroom speaker here. However, they cannot hear the voice of the students on site, their voice. So the teacher needs to repeat what the students in the classroom say. But this is not the case with the most universities where hybrid classes are necessary. With social distancing measures, classrooms are usually too large for language courses. Students use every other desk, and instructors and students are not allowed to speak loudly. That will result in the use of microphones. So in an ideal classroom designed for hybrid classes, the output sound from the classroom audio system is available with USB or an audio mini cable. So we need to plug that cable in to our computer and set the cable as the Zoom microphone. But in under-equipped or unequipped classrooms, the settings are fixed. The cabinet is locked. There are outlets for input cables, but not for output cables. It's not possible to send audio signal from the classroom audio visual system with a cable in those classrooms. So it might be possible to use an additional microphone connected to the laptop to send the on-site sound from the speaker to the participants on Zoom. But the sound might not be loud and clear enough as the microphone connected to the computer picks up sound traveled in the air from the classroom speaker. Also, because feedback loops occur, we cannot use multiple microphones connected to Zoom from different devices unless we use headphones or earphones, which is no longer a hybrid course, but an online course taken in the same classroom. We need to send the classroom sound from a single computer so that the noise cancelling system works when the classroom speaker is used. All the sound from the on-site microphones should be mixed, sent to the lecturer's computer, and set as a microphone input on Zoom. We need to prepare external microphones and audio mixer. When we have enough budget, we can purchase a physical mixer, but it takes up space. In this talk, I will explain the case with a virtual audio mixer. Okay, the chart shows what we want to do. There are two critical things. First, all the input sound is processed with the teacher's computer. The second, the input sound is sent to classroom speakers. But the sound from online should be excluded when sent to online via Zoom to avoid feedback loops. Okay, so there's no line here. Okay, in the following demonstration, I will use two wireless hand microphones with a single receiver for student's microphone. So the chart looks like this. Before that, all of the microphones in the classroom should be connected. It might be necessary to use USB converters. Wireless microphones are easier to use, while wired microphones are usually inexpensive. Okay, let me go back to the audio mixer thing. In this talk, I will show you Voice Meter Banana. It's a donationware. We can use it for free and make some donations if we like it. But after the keynote presentation, I think this software should be paid. The software is compatible with Windows, not with Apple computers. I'm sorry for Apple users. Okay, we need to download and install the software. After that, we need to change our computer sound settings like this. Okay, you need to click on to playback, voice meter input as a default playback device. Voice meter aux input as the default communication playback device. Voice meter output as a default recording device. Voice meter aux output as the default communication recording device. Then we need to select input devices. First, the teacher's microphone should be set as hardware input 1. You need to choose your microphone. Okay, second, the student's microphone as hardware input 2, like this. For hardware outputs, we should select the classroom display or projector as A2 because A1 is already occupied with your default computer speaker. Okay, we should mute A1, your laptop, to avoid the situation where we can hear sound from both the classroom speakers A2 and your computer A1. Okay, now we need to specify where each sound should go. We should be able to hear the teacher's voice from the classroom speakers. So we need to select A2 for hardware input 1, the teacher's microphone, A2. Okay, the same is the case with student's voice, hardware input 2 to A2, which is a classroom speaker. Also, the sound from the computer, just in case you want to play sound files or videos. Okay, the sound from the students online as well. You should be able to hear the sound from your classroom speakers. Okay, students online should be able to hear the teacher's voice. So we should select B2, voice meter banana aux output, which will be selected as microphone zoom. Okay, there appears in the classroom as well, but not computer sound when we use the sound sharing function on Zoom. Also, the voice of students online shouldn't be sent online to avoid feedback loops. Okay, on Zoom, we need to select voice meter aux output as a microphone. Okay, this one. Okay, B2 on voice meter banana. Voice meter aux input as a speaker. Okay, then teacher's voice can be heard online. And the same is the case with the peers' voice in the classroom. Okay, although the setting procedure seems complicated, we do not need to do this every time. So you don't have to worry about this too much, as the audio mixer saves the settings. If we click on Run Windows Startup, we don't have to do anything for the second time, from the second time. We need to make sure that all the devices are connected before booting our computer. Otherwise, we need to select these devices. That won't be time consuming though. Okay, we can also set a noise gate to clear audio. Now we don't see anything in the audio level meter here, like this. Okay, these are the minimum settings. Okay, So let's check with video demonstration.
Testing. Testing.
Okay, let's watch the same video again. I would like you to focus on the level meter on the screen here.
Testing.
As you can see, the mixer works really well. I spent about 15,000 yen. I was convinced by the keynote presentation, and I'm sure that these expenses should have been covered by the university. Okay. As you may have noticed, I used two external cameras with tripods and an additional laptop in the video. Okay, by doing this, you don't have to stay in front of we don't have to stay in front of our computer all the time, and we can move around the classroom. Also, students online can see what's happening in the classroom. Okay, let's watch another short video. Okay, we can replace the second external camera and laptop with a smartphone. It might be easier. Okay, let's watch one more video. By using the front camera of a smartphone, we can have our classroom students do group activities with online students. We can change group members easily because we just need to move the smartphone with a tripod, as the device doesn't have any cables. This method works perfectly when we have only one or two students online because they are tested positive, close contacts, or international students who are not allowed to enter the country. When we turn on the microphone and speaker of the smartphone, we need to turn off the sound from online, or the students in that group are in the breakout room to avoid feedback. Okay, I spent about another 10,000 yen. With about 25,000 yen, you can do what I did. Everything seems perfect, but life is not that easy. If you are tech savvy, you might point out the camera issue. As all the sound inputs are sent through the teacher's computer, the camera connected to the teacher's computer is always spotlighted of whoever in the classroom speaks. One way to alleviate the problem is that we ask our students to pin all the cameras in the classroom and switch to a gallery view. If we have TAs, they can spotlight manually as a host or co-host. Or we can connect all the cameras to the teacher's laptop and switch videos with software such as OBS, which is out of the scope of this presentation. Okay, that's all for the main topic, but I need to tell you a very important thing before I finish my presentation. With these settings, you cannot use your computer in a normal way. Okay, after the class, you need to undo the settings or change the settings on a voice meter banana. Okay, we need to, you need to select your built-in microphone, and you need to specify B1 and B2 for hardware input 3 and A1 for, sorry, A1, okay. for virtual inputs, you need to unmute A1. I use this way, although I need to keep this audio mixer software running in the background. Okay, in this way, we can start hybrid classes just by muting hardware input 3 and A1. You might feel uncomfortable for the first few classes, as I did. It's always challenging to start doing something new. But none of us imagined we would have this conference on Zoom 2 years ago. But we are doing this right now. So I hope this method works when you need to teach hybrid classes in under-equipped classrooms. Thank you. I finished early than I expected. Okay.
David, I think you're muted.
Thank you. If you have questions, please use the raise hand function on reactions, and I will call on you. Questions? Rab.
You said that doesn't work with Mac users. Do you have anything for Mac users?
Oh, I haven't checked it yet, but you can find another virtual audio mixer. I'm not sure whether it's free or not.
I'm just wondering, maybe we could use something like GarageBand or what's the other one that's not made by Apple? There is another audio mixer that's not made by Apple. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. One other thing regarding to the limitation that it's always on the presenter's computer, OkiJALT bought something called the OWL to use for our virtual hybrid online meetings. And it's like a cylinder with cameras and microphones set all around it. And it recognizes who in the room is speaking and makes them the main video and main audio, but they're really expensive. They're about like 100,000 yen.
Are there any other questions?
No questions for me, though. I appreciate the presentation, Hiroto. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Hiroto, I was also impressed with all the preparations that you had to do, and just spending a lot of money on your wonderful students. So I hope the students and the schools that you teach at appreciate all the effort that you did. If there are no more questions, I'm going to stop recording.